Hello, thanks for watching my video. Chances are you pulled this up because you have run into a problem with making a flat pattern of a round bar. Solidworks does have an issue with this. Solidworks likes flat surfaces to make flat patterns of because it prefers sheet metal, and sheet metal is most often flat. However, I believe I have found an elegant solution to this problem. As you can see, we have a standard round bar handle. And if I unsuppress the flat pattern, we can see that it is now a flattened round bar. Let's go ahead and work through this, and I will show you how I did it. So we'll start with a new part, and dimension your handle the way that you want it dimensioned. So for these purposes, the handle that I worked on and had difficulties with and found the solution for was about 2 inches off the surface of the material and 5 inches wide. So we will go ahead and make those our dimensions, and from here, again, SolidWorks prefers sheet metal parts. Now we know it's a 1/2 inch round bar, so we will make the dimensions 1/2 inch deep and 1/2 inch thick material with a 1/2 inch radius. That's what we prefer. However, if you see on my model here, we do have a problem where the sheet metal is on the inside of the sketch, whereas the sketch I drew defines the inside dimensions of the handle. And that's a simple fix. Just click the reverse direction button. And now the sheet metal is on the outside of the sketch. So we hit OK, and we now have a flat bar sheet metal, right? You say, wait a second, I've already seen this. I'm going to close this video now. Hopefully you don't close. You see what we do here. Now, we've been here before. You say, well, we put fillets on it and we make it a round bar, but then SolidWorks doesn't like that and the model blows up and whatnot. So you're right, and I'll show you why. So if we do the fillets to a 1/4 inch, which is, half the dimension, so 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch here, that equals 1/2 inch. And we make this a round bar, when we try to unsuppress the flat pattern, we get errors. Why do we get errors? Well, my guess behind the errors is that it's because SolidWorks likes flat surfaces for sheet metal. So the real simple workaround, the way that I found this to work, is why don't we go ahead and make a flat surface, but not really a flat surface. So what if we dimension the radius to 0.2499? What happens? Well, looks like we still have a round bar. Everything is still the way we want it. But if we zoom in really, really close, what do we notice? There is a flat surface. And what is that flat surface? Well, the dimension here is 0.0002 is what the actual dimension is. I don't know why it didn't save. We'll make it bigger so you can see. So 0.0002. Really, really small. Really, really hard to see. If you drop this on the ground, you'd get a bigger, flatter surface than that. But by doing it this way, what it does, it allows SolidWorks to still have a flat surface to work off of, still use the bend lines that were part of the flat bar before, and if we unsuppress the flat, now it works. Now we have a round bar that has been flattened. So we can suppress that. The problems you run into is if you try to go into the sheet metal and you try to do an unfold and you select your fixed face, which is here, and you collect your bends, it only uses the fixed face at the bends lines. So if you really want some like really cool paper nunchuck without chains in between, go ahead and do that. But you don't really need to unfold. If you do, go ahead and unfold before you do the fillets, and then you should be fine. So if we go and if you want to remove your tangent lines, make it look prettier, you can do that. Now we have our bar. Now if we go into the drawing, we'll create a drawing. The drawing will be a pretty good way to see exactly what's happening here. And to get this drawing, we'll just save this as the test part that we have. We'll replace it, and in here we will reference our test part. So we have a front view, perfect. We have our flat pattern view, perfect. It's not the orientation we might want it in, so let's go ahead and just change that. We flip it, great. You say, wait, where are the bend lines? Well, if you remember, that surface is only 0.0002 wide, so our bend line is only 0.0002 wide. And if we make those tangent edges visible, and we zoom in, you will see that there is a bend line. Well, that doesn't help us much, does it? You're right, and the simple workaround for this would have to be obviously a workaround. I don't like workarounds. I like finding solutions to problems. But for this, it's something I can live with to get a round bar to bend into a flat pattern. And the simple solution is grab a center line, draw a sketch right on it. If you hit that center line, it will give you a coincident mark. So not too bad. You drop your center line on it, and now you can dimension your bend lines. So from here, if we want to throw dimensions on it, we can now dimension and dimension. So they should be the same, obviously. From here, and then we also would prefer to have dimensions of the inside, which defines our handle. Okay, so now we have that. The guys down on the shop floor, or gals on the brake press, now know the overall dimension of the round bar they need, the bend line dimensions, and hopefully they can get the part to come out the way that you've designed it. Now if you like this video, please hit the like button and feel free to subscribe. I know I have this one video, but I plan on doing a lot more of these as I find more solutions and hopefully provide opportunities for you guys to resolve the conflicts you have with Solidworks. Again, hit the like, subscribe, and leave me comments below. Let me know how I did. It's my first video, and I really appreciate you watching. Thanks.